Native American sacred lands across the United States are profoundly vital for preserving cultural identity, transmitting traditional knowledge through generations, and sustaining spiritual well-being. Yet they face relentless constant threats from expansive industrial development projects that encroach upon their sanctity. For many centuries, these cherished ancestral lands have endured brutal seizure by governments, ruthless exploitation by settlers, and heartbreaking desecration through various means, all stemming from deep-rooted historical injustices like forced relocations and broken promises, as well as today's ongoing conflicts over land use. Massive industrial projects, including vast open-pit mines and long-distance pipelines, pose a substantial and immediate threat to these sacred areas, resulting in irreversible landscape degradation, severe water contamination from chemical runoff, and widespread disruption to delicate ecosystems. These aggressive developments routinely obliterate culturally important sites such as prayer grounds and ceremonial locations, directly violating sacred treaty rights established between tribes and the U.S. government, while simultaneously endangering the broader environment through habitat loss and pollution. The widespread protests against the Dakota Access Pipeline powerfully exemplify the urgent concerns surrounding the protection of critical water supplies like the Missouri River and the devastating destruction of invaluable cultural resources essential to tribal heritage. Key contributing factors to this persistent destruction include the enduring legacy of colonialism that displaced tribes, insufficient legal protections under current statutes, and a troubling prioritization of short-term economic interests over the fundamental indigenous rights to their homelands. The American legal system, with its core emphasis on private property ownership and individual rights, frequently clashes with indigenous traditions that deeply value communal responsibility, stewardship of the earth, and the sacred interconnectedness between land, natural objects, and personal identity. Efforts through laws like the American Indian Religious Freedom Act, commonly abbreviated as HRFA, and the National Historic Preservation Act, known as NHPA, have regrettably often proven inadequate and insufficient in halting the desecration of these irreplaceable sacred sites. Mount Rushmore, audaciously carved into the heart of the sacred Black Hills region in South Dakota, continues to be viewed as a grave desecration by numerous tribes, particularly the Lakota Sioux, who revere this land as holy and were never consulted on its creation. Oak Flat, located in Arizona and holding deep spiritual significance as a sacred site for the San Carlos Apache tribe, where ceremonies occur, now faces destruction from a proposed enormous copper mine, despite multiple federal court rulings that have controversially sided with developers. Thacker Pass in Nevada, a poignant site marking a historical massacre of Native Americans by settlers, is gravely threatened by a massive lithium mining project that risks profound environmental damage alongside the obliteration of profound cultural heritage. Along the majestic Columbia River in Oregon, a cherished sacred site vital to the Yakama and Grand Ronde tribes was ruthlessly bulldozed to make way for a simple highway turn lane, sparking determined legal action by the affected tribes to seek justice. The controversial Line 3 pipeline in Minnesota deliberately reroutes directly across treaty-protected lands belonging to Ojibwe nations, severely impacting dozens of pristine lakes, flowing rivers, and fragile wetlands that form the backbone of their traditional territories. Despite facing these formidable and persistent challenges, resilient Native American communities actively resist through strategic legal actions in courts, powerful organized protests at project sites, and tireless advocacy efforts to raise awareness and demand change. The Native American Grace Protection and Repatriation Act, widely known as NAGPRA, has proven instrumental in safeguarding ancient burial grounds from disturbance and facilitating the repatriation of sacred objects back to tribes for proper cultural care. On the international stage, frameworks such as the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, or UNDRIP, strongly affirm and support the protection of cultural heritage as a fundamental human right for indigenous populations worldwide. There is a vital and growing recognition worldwide for the necessity of enhanced tribal consultation processes and obtaining true free, prior, and informed consent before any decisions are made that could adversely affect Native American lands and resources. The profound struggles endured by Native American communities powerfully underscore their incredible resilience and unyielding determination in the vital mission of safeguarding their sacred lands against all odds. Their ongoing, courageous efforts remain absolutely crucial not only for preserving irreplaceable cultural heritage, but also for ensuring that these holy places, rich with spiritual meaning, endure intact for future generations to cherish and protect.